Stop eating. Apparently, the prices of food in the market is now too cheap. This is not my opinion, but a direct quote by Senator Adams Oshiomhole on Channels Television. Why 35 million Nigerians are expected to experience severe hunger crisis, our leaders think the opposite. Our leaders, rather than look for the solution to our problems as regards the hunger strike, are thinking or are deluded to say or to think that food prices are apparently too cheap for us Nigerians. Today, we look at the numbers the senator forgot to mention on live television. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you wherever you are watching me from. If you are enjoying my podcast at Radio Hot Mic, smash the like button, follow, subscribe, and share. Senator Adams Oshiomhole appeared on live television, Channels TV, Politics Today to defend President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms. He claimed that he heard Nigerians complaining that food is becoming cheap and suggested the opposition is only angry because prices are crashing. This comes at a time when the World Food Programme sounds the alarms about catastrophic hunger in Nigeria. This is all about politics. It's not about facts. It's not about statistics. This statement is all about 2027 elections. This has nothing to do with reality. This has absolutely nothing to do with reality. Because a regular individual, the minimum wage is 70,000 naira. And a bag of rice, he claims, is now as cheap as 65,000 naira. And he's saying food is too cheap. So how does that make sense? So once I get paid, I receive my 70,000 naira, I use it and buy dry rice. I'm going to eat dry rice for the whole month. I'm not going to pay accommodation. I'm not going to pay the school fees of my kids. I'm not going to buy some foodstuffs, tomato, Maggi. I'm not going to pay for electricity. I'm not going to pay for water. I'm just going to eat dry rice. So what is he even talking about? This is all about 2027. This government has been in power for 3 years. Next year will make them 4 years and they're still talking like they're in the opposition. It's all about propaganda. It's all about narratives. How is food too cheap? I ask you Nigerians. Is food cheap in your area? So what is he talking about? Make it make sense. Now let's look at the numbers. The United Nations World Food Programme estimates that over 35 million Nigerians will face severe food insecurity in 2026. That is the highest it has ever been. 35 million Nigerians will face severe food insecurity. We are looking at people not able to even eat 1 square meal. That is what you are looking at. 35 million Nigerians. That is more than 10% of the population. You are looking at close to 12-13%. And you have a 7th senator coming on live television to tell Nigerians that food is now too cheap. Do these things guys think we are fools or we can't think? What are they talking about? You are seeing the World Food Programme estimate that 35 million Nigerians will face severe food hunger crisis. And you have a senator that was a former Labour leader. That is what makes this sad. A former Labour leader. Come on live television and play with our intelligence. Telling us food is too cheap. Food is too cheap. A tuber of yam in Abuja market costs around 15,000 naira. Your minimum wage is 70,000 naira. So when you buy a tuber of yam for 15,000 naira, that is 20% of your minimum wage on 1 tuber of yam. I'm talking about Abuja in the north, where food is extremely cheaper than south. Have you been to River State? Have you been to Delta? Have you been to Bayelsa? I'm talking about riverine areas. I'm talking about oil producing states where agriculture is almost non-existent, where most of the food products they have to import it. So if a tube of yam costs 15,000 naira in Abuja, how much is it going to cost in Bayelsa? So when you receive, let's even assume the government of Bayelsa is paying 100,000 naira for minimum wage. So a tube of yam for one individual. What of a family of 3, family of 4? What of health? Are you not going to go to the hospital? What of malaria? You forgot how often we have malaria, how often we have typhoid. Are you not going to buy the medicine? Are you not going to go for the test to know if you have it or not? What of rent? 400,000, 500,000, 600,000. So what is this senator talking about? How is food too cheap? Is a minimum wage 700,000 naira that food is too cheap? It's a bag of rice costs 70,000 naira, 65 to 70,000 naira. So when you receive your minimum wage of 70,000 naira, you just buy a bag of rice. That is all. You're not going to eat all day. You just eat dry rice. So what is he talking about? I don't understand this, our leaders. I don't get it. Do they think that they can spin their way out of problems? Do they think they can go to national television, they can come on podcasts, they can go on live and spin their way out of reality? The reality is that the average Nigerian is struggling. You have 133 million Nigerians classified as multidimensionally poor. 133 million. You are looking at 63% of the citizens not earning up to $3 a day. $3 is 4,410 naira a day. In a month, you are looking at 132,000 naira. That is what it. If you earn more than that, then you can't be classified as multi-dimensionally poor. A bulk of the population of Nigerians earn below minimum wage. So how is food too cheap? They've tried to do the mathematics and change the calculation with the National Bureau of Statistics. They've changed the calculation, the base. Now they've concluded with inflation, food inflation at 10.8%. Let's go with 11%. You approximate it. At 11%, that tells you the price of food is still rising. It doesn't say it's going down. It doesn't mean it's going down. It just means it's not rising as fast as it was rising before. This is the kind of individuals that are advising the president if this is reality. You see why our problems cannot stop? You see why we'll continue to run in circles? If this sort of man is the one advising the president, he will tell the president that food is now too cheap. So what are we talking about? In 4 years, they told us, 3 years ago, in 2023, they told us that they are going to solve all the problem. They are going to solve all the problem. They will make food affordable. They will employ young men to work in the army. They will employ. One of the problems that we are facing is insecurity in the north. Because people are no longer going to farm. The government has not even solved that. You see how high population of people are still paying ransoms. So how are you going to solve food insecurity when nobody's going to the farm to farm? How is it going to be solved? So rather than concentrate your forces on solving these problems, rather than going to work, rather than making laws in the upper chamber in the National Assembly, conducive laws that this president is going to work on, you are busy going on live television to spin propaganda. What do you mean by food is too cheap? 70,000 naira for bag of rice is cheap for you, Senator Adams Oshiomhole, a Labour leader? I thought I had to check my phone to check if it was AI talking. So Senator Adams Oshiomhole, you feel 70,000 naira for a bag of rice is cheap? Are you really saying that to Nigerians? Did you think before saying it? Senator Adams, you feel 70,000 naira for a dry rice. You still have Maggi. You still have pepper. We're not even talking about the egg, the protein that is needed for the rice. I didn't even go for meat. I just went for egg. We've not talked about the gas, the kerosene. And you think it's too cheap for Nigerians. Over 93% of Nigerians are trapped in informal sector. The informal sector are the artisans, the petty sellers, or the petty traders, the street hawkers. These individuals don't make up to 18,000 naira a day on revenue. I'm not talking about profit. They don't even make that. Is 93%. These are the individuals the senator is telling that the food is too cheap. But you guys could make laws for everybody to pay taxes. You've not told them what they are going to benefit from the taxes. The oil subsidy you guys cut, you've sent the money to the governors who have not done anything with the money. Nothing. Apart from payment of salaries. There's nothing. There's no social benefit. There's no conditional cash transfer. There's no Section 8 for housing allowance. There's no health insurance for the aged, for those who have worked. There's nothing. Nigerians don't enjoy one single social benefit. I quote anyone to come on live television and prove me wrong and tell me one single social benefit Nigerians enjoy. Don't they deserve it? Are they born differently? You guys are taking the patience or endurance of Nigerians for granted. No one single benefit, but you've done a comprehensive tax system to tax VAT. This so many, yet you've not promised them any social benefits, and you are there on live television telling them that food is too cheap. Come on, let's do better. Let's do better. I don't expect. If you know food is too cheap or food is too expensive, drop your comments in the comment section. Our Radio Hub mic will not be silenced. Thank you and remain blessed.